going to let everyone know that we are streaming.
And I'm going to sit here and stare at the camera the entire time.
That's too quiet. That's way too quiet.
That was me whispering. I had to talk louder than a whisper so that they could hear me.
Oh. Okay. Let me go ahead. Now live. All right. Welcome to WHAHYA TV, where we talk about whatever we want. Today is 420. Today is a very special day. All of you know what I'm talking about. Not even like 20 seconds in and I'm already leaving the camera. But it's for Eric's OCD. We have to have coasters.
I didn't notice until he said something.
Okay. Eric, here's your wonderful coaster for when you get a drink.
Okay.
Oh, I gave you two. Special. Okay, there you go. There you go, little buddy. But welcome to another episode. Today we have some crazy topics that we're going to talk about today. But let me just start off by saying today I've had really crappy allergies. And I am probably going to be sniffling, sneezing, and blowing my nose this entire time.
His face is like a fire hydrant. Red and it won't stop gushing.
That's actually one of the best, like, what do you call that? Describing, like, one of the best, not synonyms.
Comparison.
I guess. That's one of the best comparisons I've ever heard for that.
Reference.
But, I say we just go ahead and dive right in, Eric. What do you think? Okay. So, let's talk about our first thing on the list. We're going to start off light. We're going to get a little bit more interesting as we go on. But the first thing we are going to be talking about is Taco Bell is bringing back the Mexican pizza May 19th. What do you have to say about that?
Every time you go to Taco Bell and you ask them, are they ever going to bring the Mexican pizza back? They say no. Well, it looks out they're all liars.
Have you actually gone to a Taco Bell recently and asked when they're bringing Mexican pizza back?
No, but my friends work there, and they always tell me people always ask them. And their boss always tells them to say no.
Have you ever had the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell?
Nope.
Me neither. I think I've been to Taco Bell like twice in my entire life.
Now listen, when I go to Taco Bell...
We should get Taco Bell tonight.
I'm 100% up for it. When I go to Taco Bell, I get the same thing every time. I get 2 chicken chalupas.
Chalupa.
And I get a cheesy gordita in a Doritos shell.
A cheesy gordita crunch?
I don't know the difference. Yeah, crunch. Cheesy gordita crunch.
I don't... Dude, you're beating me at this point.
And then I hate their cinnamon fries, so if they give me cinnamon fries, they leave a bad review.
I love their cinnamon puffs. You know how they make those?
Lots of depression, probably.
No, do you actually know how they make those?
No, I don't.
So they don't come like chips. What they do is they take like this special wheat pasta and they stick it in the deep fryer. And it puffs up. Like, it's a special type of pasta. You can't do it with, like, every type of pasta.
I'm going to shove every pasta we have in this house into the microwave now.
It's not the microwave. It's a deep fryer.
In the microwave.
We don't even have a deep fryer.
I'm going to shove it all in the microwave.
That would just burn.
I don't know. Maybe I don't like dry food. Like, I don't like chips without cheese unless, you know, special occasions.
You're not
like
supposed
today.
to stick metal in the microwave, right?
Probably.
Like, if you stick metal in the microwave...
Yeah, it goes boom.
What if you put a high iron cereal into the microwave? Will it explode?
Please leave in the comments whether you think that high iron cereals will make the microwave go kaboom.
Speaking of cereals, we're into our next topic. Over 100 people have reported that after eating their daily bowl of Lucky Charms, they just vomited everywhere. So now they're being investigated. And not only are they being investigated by the United States FDA or whoever does the lead investigating, but they're also, Canada is watching the United States investigation to see what happens, because apparently Lucky Charms is sold in Canada.
My real question is, when has the Canadian government ever given a crap about anything to actually pay attention to it, other than anything the British tell them to?
Hey, they're socialists, so all they care about is Medicare.
Exactly.
So it makes sense that they're paying attention to a, investigation about food.
Second of all, marshmallows are disgusting.
Marshmallows are so good.
I hate marshmallows.
Especially freeze-dried marshmallows, which are...
Freeze-dried marshmallows are better.
That's what's in Lucky Charms.
Yeah, they're better. I didn't say they're good.
They're so good.
And dry cereal, period, is bad.
You don't like Jell-O either.
Yeah, Jell-O's disgusting.
You're so gross for that.
It's like you swallow it, and then no matter how much you chew it, it's still the same consistency.
That's not true.
I chew...
You swallow it in like 3 bites?
I swallow everything in 3 bites.
I see. I chew my Jell-O, and I mush it around until it's like a liquid.
I actually that wasn't a joke. That was a genuine gag.
Dude. Okay, Jell-O. You hate Jell-O. Jell-O's good to me. I love Jell-O. I'm gonna make a whole thing of Jell-O and make you eat all of it. Every single bite. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna make 1 box. I'm gonna make 5 whole boxes and make you eat all of it.
Just gonna be a 5-gallon bucket of Jell-O.
I have a big mixing bowl on the side. I could just fill that entirely and put it in the fridge for a couple days and make you eat all of it.
I've never actually truly gagged from something that hard. Other than that one time with the trap that smelled like the power of Jesus came out of it.
But no, Lucky Charms, back to the subject at hand. I used to eat Lucky Charms so much as a kid.
See, I did too. I don't like it now.
Maybe that's why you hate it.
I hate everything about my childhood.
Yeah, so maybe that's why you don't like Lucky Charms. It's not necessarily the marshmallows. It's about the taste. You have a green tongue. Maybe you ate too much Lucky Charms.
Nerds, guys, nerds. Not sponsored.
We need a sponsorship.
I will say, the only cereal that I do enjoy eating is a bowl of Cheerios and chocolate almond milk.
First of all, almond milk's... I've never had almond milk, but almond milk is gross.
It's so, it's a whole nother experience. It's a whole nother experience.
And plus, that is the weirdest pairing. Second of all, the thing I have to say... Third of all, I guess. Third of all I have to say is Lucky Charms is literally just Cheerios with marshmallows on top.
And the marshmallows make everything worse.
No! I could literally probably go on eBay and find a bag of just the marshmallows.
They do. It's an actual thing.
Selling.
Yeah.
And it's probably expensive because people love it. It's high demand. It is high demand, my friend.
We're gonna start selling Lucky Charms marshmallows on the side. $10 a pound for the rainbows.
I don't think now is a good time to do that though. I don't know what the statistics up to, but it was last Friday, or no, not last Friday, last Sunday or last Monday, no, not last Monday. This past Sunday and this past Monday, I saw that on the news, and I had to talk about it today because Lucky Charms is the bomb. It's the best cereal out there. I'll tell you what though, Frosted Flakes.
I like Frosted. Now we're getting somewhere. I love Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes is yummy, bro.
Frosted Flakes are great.
I can't say yummy anymore after that Justin Bieber song.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
We're gonna get copyrighted because you sound so much like Justin Bieber.
This is actually Eric's rendition of yummy with an E instead. The lyrics go yummy, yum, yum, yummy, yum, yeah, yum with an E.
I could have gone without that with an E part, but
it's just yum.
But it's the E has a little undot on
it. Yeah, it's got a little yummy, yummy. Everything's in German now.
Everything's in German now.
This entire podcast is now recorded in German. You're welcome.
I was gonna try to transition from that, but we don't have anything about Germany on here or anything close to it.
Boats.
That's okay, but let's talk about something a little bit more interesting, because we got to throw interesting into the dull things. All right? There is a new live-action movie coming out. And it is based... It is literally the Minecraft movie. Jason Momoa stars in it. And get this. The director is the same guy who directed Napoleon Dynamite.
I was doing some research on it. This movie has been pushed back twice. Once because another movie was coming out and they didn't want to like compete with that movie.
Yeah.
And another time because of COVID-19. This will be the third time they've announced releasing this movie. Which actually, before it got canceled with COVID-19, it was supposed to be released March 23rd.
Of this year?
Of this year.
Huh.
But then they pushed it back again.
Do you know, have you ever heard of Jason Momoa before?
Yeah.
He has like a square head. It kind of works. Let me see what movies he starred in really quick, alright?
I want to be the chicken. I just want to be the chicken. Chicken number 1.
So, yeah, I mean, if he cut his hair,
yeah,
he'd look like
he's
Steve.
Aquaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's Aquaman.
He's been in Sweet Girl, The Red Road, Frontier, Aquaman, Conan the Barbarian,
Great
Road to
movie.
Palanoma, Wolves, Justice League, Game of Thrones, Brave and Sea, The Bad Batch, Bullet to the Head, Batman vs. Superman, Baywatch. I'm just going to say the things that are popular. Dune. He was in Dune.
Dune's a great movie.
The Lego Movie 2. So he's obviously experienced The Simpsons, apparently. But,
I'm pretty
so
sure
he's well versed. He's well versed. So, I mean, at least we have that, right?
I want to see him totally go whack on them mobs.
Well, I need to go get a phone charger because my phone's at like 6%, but I'll be right back. Eric Time with Eric.
Now it is time for Eric Time with Eric, where we have Eric Time with Eric. Today's thought of the day is, where are my socks? Every day it seems I wake up, and every day I can't find one of my 2 socks. And one of my socks are always usually right there, but the other one seems to be gone. So I search and I search until I eventually give up and find another pair of socks. And that was Eric Time with Eric.
You're a theme song now.
Yeah.
When'd you come up with that?
Just now.
Okay. You'll have to remember that for next week, okay?
It's a little.
But I mean, what do you think the Minecraft movie could be? Like, Minecraft doesn't. It has like lore, but not really.
Now let's get started about Minecraft lore.
I mean, we're not talking true conspiracies. We're talking about confirmed lore of the game. There's really none.
No, there is absolutely nothing.
You
confirmed.
go through, you mine, and then you fight the Ender Dragon. Maybe you fight the Wither. Maybe you do other things. Now, here's another question I have. What version of Minecraft are they doing? Are they doing like patch 18? Or are they going to do like beta Minecraft? Like, we'll have to watch the movie and see what mobs are in it in order to tell what patch it is.
We're going to be doing a... So, in case you guys were wondering, once this movie releases, we're going to be doing a live review of this movie.
Or does it take place in patch 18 and it just doesn't show the other mobs? Like, it shows the main mobs that Minecraft is known for, which would be smart. Not to show some of the newer mobs because of the fact that,
I don't even know most of the mobs anymore.
I was gonna say, like, most people are familiar with a creeper, an enderman, a zombie, a skeleton, but they're not really familiar with piglins, you know? They're familiar with pigmen, but they're not familiar with piglins, you know? And also, how can the Minecraft, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be cheesy as hell. Man,
I hope it is.
I want to watch it, but I think it's going to be cheesy as hell. Because, like, it's live action. Well, doesn't that mean that like it's a real?
Yeah, there's
movie?
no animations.
How are they gonna make creepers?
It's gonna be terrifying.
Oh, it probably is. It's gonna turn into a horror movie real fast.
I guarantee you, there's one of two things they could do. They could either make Minecraft this like really messed up thing of like the goal of the entire movie is to either find one of their friends or find diamonds. That's probably the only, just kill the Ender Dragon. You know, it's that whole thing, and it's like the journey of doing. Or they're gonna bring Steve back to reality, and it's gonna be Steve in the
Ready
real
Player
world.
2,
Yes,
the
Ready
opposite.
Player 2.
It's
yes.
the opposite of Ready Player 2.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think that. That's a good point, because I wasn't even thinking about that. But that is a really good point.
He starts punching trees and breaks his hand.
It's just so weird to me. Like, or you know what they could do, which would be really freaking cheap,
what?
is just do an episode of like Minecraft Dungeons.
Do a Let's Play Minecraft.
Yeah,
except
it's just
movie theater.
It's Dream's cheated speedrun just on display at the movie theater. It's a 20-minute movie. But no, it's not a 20-minute movie. It's one of those like hour and a half foolproof how Dream cheated in his speed run, like by a random YouTuber. And it's not like a popular like Dark Viper AU or something. It's like 21 subscriber 14-year-old kid proving how Dream cheated.
Listen here. Dream cheated because I saw his keyboard and it had 2 Ks.
I almost got racist there. But the 14-year-old kid's like, I've been playing Minecraft since the beginning, since beta. Like, bro, you were like 6 when it was beta.
I was
Actually,
11 when I was beta testing it.
I don't know, something like that.
I was in 6th grade.
We have a viewer.
You can view these nuts. Got him.
I don't know about that one, Chief. But let's go ahead and see what our viewer says, if they have anything interesting to comment on, or they're just spewing. You know. I can't tell. That username looks really short, so I don't know who it is. I can't see it from here. Gosh darn it. Katie, holy fuck, you're actually alive. Oh my god, hi!
Who is it?
I haven't seen you in forever. This is our podcast. It's someone that used to watch me when I played a lot of Toontown.
Dude, Toontown is like a whole nother experience that I've never experienced.
But yes, I am alive. Yes, we've been streaming more. This is our podcast called
WHAHYA!
where we talk about
whatever we want!
This is my friend Eric here, and we're just talking about the live-action Minecraft movie that's coming soon. Also, a point that I want to mention is that this has to be a comedy. Because the person who directed Napoleon Dynamite is directing this. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but
there's going to be a lot of stuff.
Directors are very type, you know? Like, if you think of like a...
J.J. Abrams. He makes remakes of movies and then makes them even more terrifying than they were.
I was going to come out with like a more popular one, like, what's his name? I like how I say
popular.
I like how I say pop. Well, I don't know directors, so.
Oh, he
I like
made
how I
the
said
new
popular.
It movie. He made the new Star Wars movies.
I like how I said this is a popular director, and I can't even think of his name.
Yeah,
That's how little we pay attention to directors.
He had one good movie.
What is the dude? The dude who... Michael Bay!
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay is known for explosions, drama, thrillers. Like, people are very type when it comes to directors. They direct movies that they're good at, and people hire them because they're good at the movies that they're good at. So, I mean, I feel like it has to be some sort of awkward comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like it could very well be what you said, in that Steve from Minecraft goes out into the real world, tries punching a tree, breaks his hand, and knowing him, he's probably going to find freaking love.
It's going to be Elf. It's going to be Elf, but with Steve.
Do you think Mojang accepted this, or do you think Notch accepted it? I mean,
Mojang.
It kind of has to come in tandem, right?
Notch is actually... So Notch doesn't really do much with the company anymore. He kind of got rich and then like let Mojang do its own thing with its own senior directors.
Yeah.
I feel like Notch... Oh, Notch really doesn't... Notch, I don't think cares as much. I think Mojang would be the actual group of Mojang would be the one to make it happen.
Am I the only one that likes movies based on the concept, not actors or directors? I mean, I do, but like if you're watching like, what do you call that? Like a what is that called? Bollywood, like a Bollywood film. Like the concept can be super great, but if you don't know the actors, you're not really like actors is kind of what sells a film.
Yeah.
You know, I
Actors
mean,
and
except
directors.
if it's a big title like Star Wars, the Super Mario movie, the Minecraft movie, like you don't have to have a lot of or like the new DC movies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
People know about it, so people do it. We have a lot of people in here now. We have Jackson here.
Jack the Core, I love
Jack,
you.
Howdy, partner. All
I
right.
love you, Jack. You are my boo. My
Hey,
babe.
thanks for the follow, Chow. Is that how you want to say it? My phone's really laggy, so I'm gonna go to better spot. Cool, Jack. All right. We have viewers to our podcast. This is great. This is our 3rd episode of our podcast.
The second one where he had viewers.
Yeah, the second one. It was our first and our 3rd that had viewers. So I've been trying to catch one of these streams for too long. This MF doesn't go live ever. Yeah, I know. I've been in the process of moving. I've been doing all this stuff. But anyways, we're gonna talk about our next topic. All right. So our next topic, we're gonna get a little serious, okay? So this is a fun little topic. A congresswoman on Twitter. So there was a video that surfaced on Chow. Hello, Eric. That's what Chow said. I don't know who this person is.
Hey, Chow.
But
I don't know you.
Take care, Jack Boy. Thanks. Okay.
Hey.
Something came up.
Oh,
I had to
jeez.
take a few days off. I'm back now, though. Roxy, hello. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Good stuff. Okay, we got to get to the topic.
Also, Chow.
So, a congresswoman, I think she's Muslim herself.
Okay.
Oh,
that changes everything. I was laughing about it, but I was imagining this like preppy rich white lady. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's normally who would say something like
Yeah, right.
Basically, a video on Easter surfaced of a woman on a bunch of people on a plane on Easter singing like praises and psalms and, just general Christian, Catholic, whatever you want to call it, songs, And basically, this woman tweeted out, this is great and all. I don't know what the exact quote is, so don't quote me. I don't know the connotation. I'm not exactly sure. But she basically said, what if instead of Christians singing praises to their God, it was Muslims singing praises to their God? I mean, she has a point, but it's a little out of pocket. That's my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion. Here's my opinion. Now that I understand the fularity of it, I was looking at a totally different perspective, but because I had that. But looking at the fularity of it, that's not a word, but I made it a word. The precipice of what's going on here. Okay, we as a society have been built to look at Muslim people in a negative way. We've always be hasty about it. I mean, when this is the real point I'm getting to is when in public, right, has a Muslim ever yelled at an American for speaking English?
I'm so closeted because I grew up in small town country Ohio, like a small little city in Ohio. So, I mean, I'm not going to even lie. I've met 3 black people in my life, like come face to face, had a conversation with 3 black people. And that's not necessarily my fault. It's because I grew up in a small country city. Like,
I grew up in a very urban neighborhood. I mean, I grew up poor. One of my stepdads worked in roofing with a bunch of, a lot of people in my family are black, and I've been around people of different ethnicities, but one thing is I've experienced, especially from going to that perspective and then coming here to small town Ohio, is so many times do I go around and people are just like, oh, look at that, racial slur or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have never once been around a African American person or a Middle Eastern person and them said something about a white person near me.
Yeah, it's like, a thing I want to mention is, me personally, I'm just going to be straight honest. Where I grew up and what school I went to, I have never in my entire life had a conversation with someone who I don't know. I don't know what to say because, you know, some things I may not think that some things are racist, but other people will. So I don't want to say anything that may come across as being racist or bigoted or something like that. But I don't think I've ever had a conversation with someone who their religion was a Muslim or someone who... Here, how about we say this? I've never had a conversation or met someone who has worn religious clothing like that. That may have come across a little awkward. But
that's actually probably the best way to put it.
You know, I'm so torn because nowadays you can pretty much say anything and someone will take offense to it. And that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to state my case. Is that, you know, in you know, the W town near us, there's the vast majority of people in that school are often from the Middle Eastern areas. And I've gotten that from people who have come from Westerville. They've said that they know people who have been from the Middle East. And I have no problem with that. Like, I'd be willing to walk up to someone and strike a conversation with them and be like, hey, we're pals now.
Yeah.
Some people aren't. Some people are not okay with that. And I mean, it's not my choice to make for them.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of comments on what we just talked about. A bunch.
Well, okay. I just want to wrap up what I was saying. The whole point of what I was saying is, if that happened, I 100% see it. A bunch of people sing Easter songs or hymnals or whatever you want to say. I hit the chord. Whatever you want to say, and no one says a thing about it. But I feel like, especially after the war with our current war with terrorism, if someone even speaks Arabic on a plane, people freak out.
Well, let me ask you this. What is terrorism?
The definition...
Because that has been so far blown out of proportion that someone who... I'm going to say the media here. This is me being passionate, okay? I may say something that I don't necessarily mean. Viewer discretion is advised. The media has been feeding that anyone who looks to be Middle Eastern from not our country, if they say something to another white person that may be taken out of context, it's terrorism.
Yeah.
I have heard people talk about terrorism when someone who is wearing a turban or a hijab or something like that walks up to a white person and says like, hey, can you not do this? It's kind of offensive. Oh, that's terrorism. And I'm not saying everyone does that. I'm saying that's a select few minority.
But then you have sorry. Not going to get on that topic because I'm going to get really angry about it. You have these Middle Eastern people who, I mean, look the way they do and get persecuted for it.
Yeah.
I know people personally who have burned down buildings and have gotten, like, a slap on the wrist for it.
Well, yeah.
But, like, white people rioting is a huge thing right now. And was a huge thing recently.
I think you could possibly branch that out to the United States.
The United States,
community.
Yes. The United States community has been rioting, okay? Destroying public buildings... And all this, destroying anything on a government building is classified as terrorism. Yeah. Destroying a government building is classified as terrorism. And recently, which we all know what I'm talking about, but I really don't want to get into that conversation.
Probably for the best.
There was a very important government building that was very badly damaged. And 6-7 people got arrested.
Yeah. Someone needs to take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying a specific person. I'm saying a group of people probably need to take responsibility and no one has. Whether that's people who identify based on race, religion, you know, someone needs to take responsibility for that. We have some things to get to here.
Oh yeah.
So at the beginning of our conversation, it's viewer said news mouth-fed Americans.
Yep, pretty much.
I think it's mostly just what Americans consume from the news. Yes, that's true. That's what forms our stereotypes. Jack said, like the straight white rich male. Sometimes, yes.
Most of the time.
And what I've noticed, speaking from experience, being only in international schools, the more you're actually exposed to different cultures, the less you attach to those stereotypes. That's pretty true with everything, is that the more, no matter what it is, if it's people, if it's drinks, if it's food, the more you branch out, the less you're going to say, you know. Like, for instance, like, I've had Indian food once. How many times have you had it?
I have had Indian food enough times to dislike Indian food.
Well, what would you say?
I mean, more than 30 times.
More
in
than
my
30
entire
times.
life, yeah.
I've had it once. I think that I don't like Indian food. I've had one dish. You've had maybe 30 or so. You are more qualified than me to say that you don't like Indian food. I'm not saying I can't like Indian food.
Yeah.
But what I say is that, you know, maybe I'd be open to trying more different types of Indian food. Because I had fish.
You had fish?
Well, no, not like that. But it was like, I made it for global studies. And I followed a recipe that had, like, you know, I thought, you know. But anyways, like, I did not like the meal that I prepared.
Yeah.
I would be open to trying more, but some people are not. Some people like me will look at one thing, whether it's food, whether it's drinks, whether it's people, will look at one specific little thing and say, this is why this is bad. I had fish once, and I looked at it, and I tasted it, and I ate it, and I said, this doesn't taste good to me. Now, I could go out there and I could say all Indian food is trash. Every single dish that has ever been made by Indians is trash. No. I can say the thing that I prepared myself, that I may not even follow the recipe correctly, didn't taste good to me.
That's a really good
example. It's really good to diversify your community. When I was talking about when I got passionate, I got a so true in the chat. Here's a good one. I mean, I look white, but I've grown up in Egypt, and I do speak Arabic. Hearing this persecution just on the basis of race pisses me off. I mean, that's another thing, too, is like, you know, let's talk, I mean, not for long, because we have a ton of topics to get to, but I've met people who are from where you would consider to be the hood, that are white, that are black, that are, you know, Arabic, that are Mexican, that are Hispanic, you know? Like, and that's what it's whatever they want, but like, you don't know where people come from. And you'll never know. They can look completely different. You came from what Ohioans call the hood.
My stepdad, who I take as my father, is a black man.
Yeah. I've had over 100 Indian missions. It's great. See? That is someone who is qualified to speak on whether they like it or not. They can say, hey, I've tried a bunch of different Indian food, and I think I like it. I think it's great.
Yeah. I could say I've tried a bunch of Indian food, and it's not that it's bad, it's too much. And if you comment...
I appreciate... And see, that's the thing, is it's opinion-based.
Yeah, it's too much.
I believe the same thing. The thing that I tried was too much for me. It was too... Not spicy, as in...
There were too many
spicy,
flavors.
But too many different flavors.
Yeah, and it's like the smell hits you, and you're like, what am I eating?
Chow said, hello, Eric. It's me, Caden, with a C.
Caden with this blonde? Or like big buff Caden? Or is it like Caden, like blonde Caden?
Jack says, I'd be open to trying Indian food. And I always forget how to say your name, and I want to say it right. Is it... It's Catee, but I know it's a guy.
Cade.
Isn't that right? It's Cade, right? Or something like that?
Cade. Yeah.
Okay. I'll get back to that in a second. But they said, I've had Korean, Japanese, Egyptian, French, Mexican, etc., etc. I love trying different cultures' food. I do too.
Korean food? That's the stuff, man.
I do love trying. I used to get those snack boxes from different
yeah.
places. And I mean, that could also be...
Like the candy and the, like, snackies and their chips and stuff like that.
Jack says, I have this problem because I'm white. Because I'm white, people think...
I have this problem because I'm white. People think, like, put a
Cat
comma.
E works too. I see a T works as well. I see a T. Oh, you what? I might just spell it out. I see a T.
I see a T.
Whatever you want, just butcher my name all you want. Okay.
Kade. Kiate. I'll call you karate.
Jack, I'm trying to read this, but I'm having a hard time, and I don't want to say... I'm going to say exactly what you said, but I know it's not correct. I don't think it's correct. So I'm just going to say it how I'm reading it. And I'm going to have you correct me if I say it incorrect.
I'm dyslexic, so I won't know the difference.
I have this problem because I'm white. People think I'm privileged just based on the color of my skin. It's like not all people, white, black, Asian, Indian, every situation is different.
Yeah.
Like I'm poor, man.
I feel that. I feel that so much.
Most people are broke as hell, regardless of race. Yes. We're not all Jeff Bezos. Yes. But the news makes it based on race. Just pronounced Kate. Okay. Okay, on to our next topic, but I do appreciate the conversation we had. This is a good one. So let's move on to something a little bit more lighter. This one was a topic that I've been excited to talk about for a really long time, ever since I found the topic online. So, there's this talk show with, I believe it's Tucker Carlson who heads it. And someone came onto his show and said there is a new technique to building testosterone. And that is, I don't know if I'm going to get banned for saying this, but I'm hoping not because
You're not.
stating facts.
Yeah, you're not.
That the secret to boosting testosterone may be testicle tanning.
The TTO doesn't say anything about talking about testicles, so we're all good there.
Let's try to avoid that word as much as possible, only in context.
Fine then. Okay. So apparently, from what I'm understanding,
Caden as in Kat's boyfriend, Eric.
Caden! OG right here. Love the guy. Anyway, so like you just put it out there in the sun? You just put it out in the sun? Or is it like
I'm not quite sure. From what I understand, he's talking about it as in some sort of therapy, so I'd assume, the testicuzzi? I'm assuming it's something like that.
So you put your Johnson up, and then you put it in,
I'm assuming, yeah, because it didn't mention, like, the whole of the genitalia. It just mentioned the testicles itself. So, like, it was, when I saw the quote, it was, like, quotation marks around testicle tanning. It wasn't just testicle tanning. It was quotations around
It's like a little wine glass. Small little wine glass.
And
Except it's got UV lights on the inside.
I don't want to get into this too much, right? But like we were saying earlier, is when the media mentions stuff like this, they do mention political affiliation if it is absurd, which I personally believe this could be true science, but it sounds absurd to me. But it was on a Republican talk show with a Republican, like conservative Republican.
Was he a doctor?
I'm not judging. I don't know.
Because if he's a doctor, I get it. If he's not a doctor, all I imagine is just, well, them
This is good.
them UV tested rays.
To be honest, sounds like a free 2-for-1 special. Wait, free 2-for-1 special deal for skin and testicular cancer.
I mean, that's a very good point. All I imagine is, let me put this. You're sitting there. You got the lights in your head. There's a jazz band right there.
Well, if you're not tanning your whole body, you're not going to see the lights.
No, this is the talk. I'm doing the talk show. There's the jazz band right there, and the guy just sitting there. He's like, well, I'm going to run for senator in a couple years. But I just found this new thing. It's so you take this little thing, and you just put your little ping pong balls in there. And next thing you know, you're raging like a war horse.
Yeah. I mean, I don't personally have much information in this because I was not willing to put my search history out there for a topic like this. But I just thought it was one of those headlines that catches your eyes, and that would be great to talk about on a podcast. But it's some sort of therapy, and it's supposed to raise T levels. So, I mean, why not try it, right? Why not try it? Are you looking it up?
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, it was Tucker. I'm pretty sure it was Tucker Carlson's daytime show. Like, this wasn't just like...
This guy looks... This guy looks like...
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Tucker Carlson. Yeah, he's the TV host, but...
It was a guest on the show. It wasn't Tucker himself. It was a guest. This is too funny. I agree. It's one of those headlines that you don't think would be
this
true.
is what it looks like. So let me ask...
Wait, no. We can't show that on
I'm not
screen.
going to show it. It's kind of like this. You're like a starfish, you know? And it's like... It's,
You know the old space heaters?
Yeah, it's like an old space...
With the radiators. The radiators. So imagine you take like those little radiators that have like the slots in them, remove half the slots, but make the radiator like a V-shaped.
And
It's like a U shape
and
that
you
goes
just
around your legs.
starfish.
Yeah.
You just starfish. Pretty good stuff. I think I endorse it also.
I think that's just because you want to finally feel something warm down there.
I do. I do. I do.
Okay, I'm moving on from that one, okay?
That's such a good
Great topic.
Such a good topic.
Let's go ahead and jump to another good one.
Make it raging like a war horse.
We'll jump to another good one. So, this is a good story that I did read about a little bit more. So there was a school, I don't know all the details, probably in Texas or Florida. One of the two. I'm not going to stereotype, but probably in one of those two.
Probably.
There was an elementary school, right?
That's all you have to say. I already know what's going to happen next.
For Easter,
I know
a
exactly what...
grown man dressed up as an Easter bunny.
Yep.
And he went there with a bag full of eggs and a bag full of candy, right? What a great and thoughtful idea. In this world we're living in, maybe not the greatest, because parents are going to search their kids thinking this guy's a creepy old man, But
Probably was.
I don't think he was. But I think he was like 30 to 40 years old.
Oh, okay.
He was in that range. What, millennials? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I think that's that age group, 30 to 40. Well, he started handing out, and he handed out these eggs to 200, 300, 400 kids. I'm not sure of the number, but it was a lot of kids, right? Well, 5 or 6 of those eggs, not all of them, just 5 or 6 got mixed up. And instead of handing out cute little dollar bills or candy or whatever you find in Easter eggs,
I find a will.
there was a few condoms in there. So elementary school kids, instead of getting candy, they got condoms.
What do you mean? They're just cool balloons.
Hey, that
Look,
works
guys!
too.
With a little nib sticking out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can't blow it up all the way.
But the school district isn't filing charges. None of the parents isn't filing charges. Because the guy even said, he's like, complete utter mistake. I'm so embarrassed. There must have been a mix-up.
For the high school.
Which I don't understand. I was gonna say, I don't understand how you mix up like candy and condoms. But he must have had like an adult Easter egg hunt. He had to have.
Maybe he was an Easter bunny adult entertainer.
I don't know about that.
And he just
much,
like
but yeah, we're still sticking with the balloon idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
he's the Easter bunny clown.
but I thought that was interesting. But some people on Twitter, because that's where I get most of this information from.
I don't even have.
And-
I've never been on Twitter.
But some people were obviously like, this man needs to be called a sexual offender. It was an accident. And there was a couple people who wanted to make a point that like kindergartners shouldn't be taught sex ed, and you're right. Kindergartners should be taught sex ed in like high school, maybe middle school if you're lucky. I don't know. I still think it's a little too young in middle school. That's be like the last year.
I learned sex ed in 5th grade.
Okay,
an official class.
I understand that some people want to have parents' discretion when having sex ed, but if a school is teaching you sex ed, if they're doing, if it is the school's fault that they're teaching their kids sex ed, that is because they are doing it when they were really young, too young to understand.
Well, yeah, but we it was also an option. So our parents gave us like a signature, and if we didn't want to do that, we went to a different classroom instead. Personally, everyone knows what I was in middle school. I listen. You got to learn it so early because I mean, from my experience, it's like a boom hits you.
I think you should, in my personal opinion, I think that parents
should do it.
Should talk. No, parents should talk to their kids about the birds and the bees when they are starting to notice changes in their body. It's the perfect time because before then they're not going to have urges, but when they start going through that time, then they are going to start having urges that maybe they don't understand.
Maybe just because I started young.
We got some comments on this. They both start with C, dude. Life gets hard sometimes like that.
Dude,
Pun
I
intended.
know. I was just about to say, I know all about
I had
that.
sex ed in 7th and 8th grade way too late. See, I don't know.
Who said the pun intended thing?
CATE.
Oh.
But the thing is, it should come from parents first. A parent knows what their kids need to know and what they don't need to know. And then leave the schools to teach about... In my school, we had someone, I don't know if you took health class in high school. Did you take it online or did you take it in class?
I sat there with the truck himself.
The truck? In middle school?
Oh, I thought you were talking about high school.
Yeah.
You said high school, yeah.
Yeah.
The iron truck.
Okay, well, nobody calls him that.
I know, but it was funny. It was funny.
We'll call him Mr. B.
Yeah, I hung out with Mr. B. He taught me all about it. He showed us pictures.
Well, no. That's not what I'm talking about. Because the day that we started, we had like 2 days dedicated to sexual activities.
That's true, yeah.
And the person who came in was a Delaware health district person, which wasn't close to our school, but it was the closest big county / city near our school.
It was also always a woman. And, there's a certain aspect to that, yes, I get it, but also there is an aspect to men need to hear it from men. Women need to hear it from women. Well, there's always that, you connect. I personally connected better with a male telling me how it all worked.
Okay. I have to interject really quick. We are not talking about this right now. I refuse to talk about this right now. But our school was also a scared straight, don't have sex school.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. No more on that. Okay? It was, I will clarify really quick. It was a don't have sex, don't use condoms until you're ready. And when I mean ready, I mean marriage.
Yeah.
That's what the Delaware Health District person said, was wait till marriage. That's all I'm going to say on that. That's how you know where we went to school at.
So much baby powder.
So... But it was scared straight. I say scared straight because they would show us pictures of each disease.
Yeah.
Each disease. And I mean, she was nice about it.
She was, yeah.
She would always be like, hey, we're going to show you a really graphic picture. If you want to close your eyes. I'll tell you when you can turn back around.
Me?
Yeah, I know. And nobody closed their eyes. And there's a few people who gagged. And it's like, you should have closed your damn eyes if you knew you were going to gag. If you have a sensitive stomach. Exactly. Oh, my gosh. But...
I didn't even know.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Misunderstanding.
I mean,
everyone's okay in the end.
He apologized. He was open about it.
Yeah, he apologized. Yeah, he wasn't like, oh, you should be teaching your kids about this because why should I? Or I handed these out and they didn't know what they were. Why don't they? No, he was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. That was a complete mix-up, and I apologize greatly.
Adults have their own.
People need to learn that. You apologize?
You never talk about it again.
If you want to accept apology, you can, but move on. Move on, man. Stop living with regret and guilt. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. That's all. Okay. I don't even know. We're going to move to one of our segments now. We've gotten into topics for a good amount of time. But we're going to start moving into our scheduled segments. Mark that out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Ohio weather right now. This weekend...
It's sunny outside.
This weekend, it was beautiful. Yesterday, there was about an inch of snow on the ground.
I hated my life.
Today, all of it was gone. It's beautiful again.
Very beautiful.
All right. I mean, that's all I have to say. Oh, yeah, and then this weekend, 3 days from now, 80s. 80 and 81 is the high on Saturday and Sunday.
I love them 80s.
My birthday is next Wednesday.
It is next Wednesday.
I did not look at the schedule. The weather app isn't exactly great for it, but... Oh! Exactly what I'd expect for my birthday. Low of 33, high of 43. So, got that little tiny range right there. Not really getting warm at all. Hopefully it'll change. Hopefully. But, that's Ohio weather. Now we're going to move to one of my favorite segments. We're going to do a few Mad Libs. This is called Mad Libs on WHAHYA TV, where we talk about whatever we want. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of Mad Libs. I have our beautiful stack of Mad Libs, as we do every single week, right behind those two Sunkist cans. If you want to move those Sunkist cans so they can see the stack of Mad Libs.
Oh, they're both full because you never finish your drink.
I never finish my drinks, but except for when it comes to these types of drinks, my protein shakes.
Jesus Christ.
I almost broke the glass.
You did.
Okay. But our huge stack of Mad Libs right here, we are getting ready to get into those. We're going to do about 3 or 4 before we call it quits because none of us can come up with anything funny. But,
my mom came up with something funny.
yeah, you.
Funny looking.
Twitch, we both have shared agreement that was funny to both of us.
It was very funny.
That was not bullying. Okay.
If you don't think it was funny, we're gonna hunt you down.
Jack says, "Happy birthday!" Thank you, Jack. You're a little bit behind, but what can we expect from you? No, I'm kidding. Okay, no. I get it. You're on a phone. You're laggy. All that. But, anyways, we're gonna dive into our stack of Mad Libs. Let's go ahead and pick one from the pile here.
I'm gonna shuffle them, and we'll pick the top one.
Let's do the Easter special.
Oh, we'll do the Easter special.
We're gonna do the Easter special Mad Libs since we missed Easter.
I think
Mad Libs. We did Mad Libs on Easter. That is going to come out on YouTube very shortly. Probably tonight we're going to post our episode from Saturday. Last Saturday we had a Easter special podcast where we got into some good topics and had our first special guest on since we started the podcast, last Monday. But planning on having more special guests. We didn't have a lot of people here yesterday or on Saturday. People were busy. I get it, but we are going to have a lot of special guests. Saturday's podcast was very fun. I would suggest checking it out on YouTube. If you don't watch it all, that's fine. If you watch 5 minutes and get disinterested, that's cool. If you're studying, if you're watching, something on YouTube, just kind of glancing by, want something to listen to while you're doing it, go ahead and pop on our YouTube channel and watch it for us.
And if you haven't followed, subscribed, and allowed notifications, I will watch you while you're sleeping.
That's not true. We're not doing that. But I don't have the time in the day for that.
I do.
All right. For all of you viewers at home, we've done this 2 times now, so we know exactly what we're doing. But just in case you do not, here is a quick review. In case you have forgotten what adjectives, adverbs, nouns, and verbs are, here's a quick review. I am going to make this a little quicker this time since, people know what they're talking about. An adjective describes something or somebody, like lumpy. An adverb tells how something is done. It modifies a verb and usually ends in ly, such as stupidly or carefully. A noun is the name of a person, place, or thing, such as sidewalk or bathtub. A verb is an action word. Run. Run is a verb. Put the verb in the past.
Run. Run is a verb.
Put the verbs in the past tense if the directions say past tense, such as ran or ran. When we ask for a place, we mean any sort of place, a country or a city such as Spain or Cleveland. I still don't know why they use Cleveland as an example.
Morocco.
Or a room, bathroom, or a kitchen. An exclamation or silly word is any sort of funny sound, gasp, grunt, or outcry, such as wow! Hey, that does work. Like wow, ouch, womp, ick, or gadzooks.
It gets me every time.
When we ask for specific words like number, color, animal, or part of the body, we mean a word that is one of those things, like 7, blue, horse, or head. When we ask for a plural, that means more than one. For example, cats pluralized is
Person.
cat. I always do that every single time. Cat is pluralized as cats. All right, we're going to start with the first Mad Lib in the book today. Then we're going to shuffle it around and see what we get. Give me an adjective.
Soft.
Give me another adjective.
Tangy.
Tangy. That's a good one.
Tangy.
Give me a noun.
Breadstick.
Give me a plural noun.
Oxen.
Give me a noun.
Printer.
Give me a plural noun.
Missiles.
Give me an adjective.
Fast.
Give me a plural noun.
Islands.
Give me another plural noun.
Trees.
Give me a verb.
Burn.
Give me a noun. There's a lot of nouns in this.
Napalm.
Okay. Give me a verb.
Drop.
We kind of went in a direction here. Adjective.
Desolate.
And with the title of this is gonna be a good one.
I was having
Plural noun.
flashbacks. People.
Give me a noun.
Animals. Animal.
Give me a place.
The Bikini Bottom.
I'm just gonna put Bikini Bottom. Who is the real Easter Bunny? How much do you really know about the soft Easter Bunny?
I forgot this was Easter theme.
Yeah. Here's the tangy scoop on this mysterious breadstick. Question. Does the Easter Bunny have magical oxen? Answer. Absolutely. How else could one furry printer deliver candy-filled missiles to children everywhere in one fast night? Question.
Do we have the order, sir?
You got it. Santa has elves and reindeer to help him make and deliver islands on Christmas. Does the Easter Bunny have any right-hand trees? As far as we know, the Easter Bunny likes to burn alone. Like other bunnies, he is a very shy napalm and prefers to drop all by himself. Where are we dropping, boys? Question. Where does the Easter Bunny live? Answer. Only the Easter Bunny knows the answer to this desolate question. Though some people believe... Wow. That actually fit in perfectly. Some people believe he lives in a cozy animal in Bikini Bottom. God, Patrick, a little bit worse than I thought.
Did you drop the missiles yet?
All right,
we're on
Eric.
it, sir. Bow, bow, on birds, but they're suckers. Ah! Okay.
Here you go. It's my turn.
I am going to need an adjective.
Sauce.
He had that planned already.
I didn't even see it.
I need a plural noun.
Imposters.
Well, I'm going to need myself an adjective.
Shiny.
What's up, everybody? The name is Jacksepticeye, and what is a noun?
A noun?
I'm saying give me a noun. I didn't mean to say what is a noun. I'm just an idiot.
I'm gonna stick with it. Crewmates.
Could you give me another noun?
Vent. Actually, put air vent. Okay? Because if we come up with a verb, I'm gonna say vent.
Noun.
Task. This is gonna be totally imposter themed.
Part of the body.
Backpack. I mean, it doesn't count, but it also does.
If you're being a little...
Actually, no. Cross that out.
Okay.
The bone that sticks out of your pelvis. That whole thing. Say that whole thing, okay?
The bone...
You know what I'm talking about? The imposter bone? It's really his spine, but I'm going to say... I mean, it does technically come from his pelvis, so...
Out... pelvis.
Okay.
Adverb.
Adverb? Slyly.
Type of liquid.
Cum.
Jesus Christ. Adverb.
Sneakily.
Sneak. Sneakily. Noun.
Ship.
Hello. I'm just gonna let you know this now. There's not one verb in this entire thing. Type of liquid.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Noun.
Noun. Trash.
This is gonna be funny. Part of the body, plural.
Feet.
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 I need feet. Anyway, noun.
Toe.
Should I just make an entire heavy metal song called Feed?
No.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Plural noun.
Ankles.
Well, this went away. Exclamation.
No,
Dude.
ouch! But you have to say it like that too.
Ouch.
Ouch!
Feminine.
Okay.
Adjective.
Ugly.
This one is called How to Decorate Easter Eggs.
Okay, I'm liking it already.
Want to make the world's most sus eggs that'll last and last for imposters to come? Just follow these shiny instructions. Poke 2 holes in the egg's crewmates using a very pointy air vent. Insert a small task into one of the holes. Place it into the bone that sticks out of the pelvis, and blow slyly. Now that you have a hollow egg, rinse it out with cum and allow it to dry sneakily. It's time to paint your ship. In separate containers, mix each tablet of color with a small amount of alcohol.
That actually almost works.
Use trash to hold the egg so you don't dye your feet. And dip the toe into the dye. Once this egg dries, you can wait. Part of the body. I'm just making sure I did. Yeah. Feet and dip the toe into the dye. Once the egg dries, you can decorate it with stickers, jewels, or ankles. Ouch! Now you have an ugly Easter egg.
I mean, you're not wrong on the ugly part. Alright, one more. We got one more on us, alright?
Gotcha. Well,
Adjective!
ain't that sus? We're gonna go with impaired.
Impaired. Yeah.
Next one's gonna be my dad.
Adjective.
Despaired.
Noun.
My dad.
I'm gonna put my dad, okay?
Do it. Exactly. Yep.
Adjective.
Happily. Happy.
Adjective.
Glad.
Part of the body.
Femur.
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 Number.
18.
What day is it today?
Oh, 420.
Adjective.
Cloudy.
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 With a chance of meatballs. Part of the body.
D's nut. D's nuts.
Noun.
Tanning rack.
Relevant. Adjective.
So many adjectives. Toasty.
And here is Easter jokes, part 1. Question: why shouldn't you tell an impaired joke to a despaired egg? You might make the poor my dad crack up.
Or leave.
Question: why are you stuffing your mouth full of happy Easter candy? Because it doesn't taste glad if I stuff it in my femur. It would have been funny if you said ass on that. It doesn't taste good if I stuff it in my ass. Is it true that eating 420 carrots a day gives you cloudy eyesight? Answer: well, I've never seen a bunny wearing prescription glasses on D's nuts, have you? Why did the Easter egg hide under a tanning rack? He was just a toasty little chicken. And that was Mad Libs on
WHAHYA
TV, where we talk about
whatever we want.
Good little segment.
Good little segment. That's what she said to me. It was good little. I think she just said little, actually. Anyway.
Now we're going to take a scheduled break.
That wasn't scheduled, but is now scheduled.
We'll be back in like 3 minutes, maybe less. We need to grab those webpacks.
I need to grab these nuts.
I don't know where they are. Can't find them anywhere. What are you doing?
Cause my heart beats to the beat of a beat.
Oh, what a beat that you came here with a beat.
Beat feet. I love this picture so much.
What?
This picture.
What picture?
The tanning.
Oh, yeah. That's a good picture.
Do you know what I see when I see? You know what I hear when I see that? I love you so much.
Who are you talking to, Jack?
Just the camera.
What?
Who we're renting cameras. One of the videos with feels so good.
Jack said, "Woo, monkey s." Eric, Jack the Cool Heart, Jack the Cool Heart, Jack the Cool Heart. Pepe Jam, Jack the Cool Rage, 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 Jack the Cool Rage. Oh, I put one extra. Sorry, my bad.
For 160 subscribers, I will show my rear end on camera.
No, you will not. No, you will not.
With clothes on.
Okay, that's better. All right, we are going to walk you through as we order Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, it makes your poo smell.
Not sponsored by Taco Bell. We wish we would be sponsored by someone, but it's not by Taco Bell, so don't think we're endorsing Taco Bell. We're just ordering it because we haven't had it in a really long time. I haven't had it in like 5 years. Not endorsed.
Jack the Cool, if I give you a little kissy, will you sponsor us?
We have to go into Mexican food to get Taco Bell.
So you want to actually hear how they make their meat?
Tell me what you want first.
Oh,
Cheesy gordita crunch.
yeah, cheesy gordita crunch. And
you want it with beef?
beef,
Seasoned
please.
beef?
Yeah.
And you want the cheese?
Yeah.
You want the lettuce?
Yeah. I just want like
ranch?
not this everything that isn't spicy that comes with it that isn't extra. I usually get.
So everything that comes on it, you get.
That's not spicy.
So no spicy ranch.
Yeah, no spicy ranch.
No spicy ranch. Okay.
My heart beats with the beat of Jack.
Now, what else do you want?
And then the double. Yes. Jack the Cool will sponsor us.
Okay.
Anyway, just the double cheesy gordita meal or whatever it is. Cheesy gordita or not cheesy gordita.
Cheesy gordita crunch combo.
No, not that. The double chipotle meal.
Double
fudge. The chalupa meal. The 2 chalupas.
2 chicken chalupa supreme combo.
Yes.
What do you want to drink with that?
I just like some Baja.
I wish I could drink. Oh, I almost put 0 sugar. You would have been so mad at me.
Very mad.
You would have been so mad. Why does this taste weird? You want the chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Chalupa. Chicken. And
Soft.
yeah. Okay, chicken, lettuce, reduced fat sour cream, 3 cheese blend, tomatoes. Everything good?
Yep.
And then chicken for the other one?
Yep.
Same thing. What crunchy taco do you want?
Just the original, like regular beef one.
Beef, cheese, lettuce. Okay. What's on the? Never mind. Can you look in that cabinet and down below if there's any wet wipes? Yeah. They'll be in like a little kitty box.
Down here?
Or a little kitty bag. Yeah. They'll be like in a green bag that looks like wet wipes. I need them for my nose, guys.
Not down here.
Okay, well, get a rag from the 3rd drawer down
Okay.
and soak it in water, and then wring it out as much as you can.
drawer without a handle.
Yeah. And then grab like a smaller rag, and then soak it in water, and then wring it out as much as you can.
Okay. So you want one sopping and one wrung out.
No, just one.
Oh.
But you want it sopped, then wring out.
Gotcha. There you go. Let me just put this on your face. Oh, scheiße. Anyway. Hast du ein problematisch with deiner Hand? Ich habe ein guten...
Don't say racist things. No, I'm kidding.
Ich habe einen guten Solution für dich. Ich habe ein Handcreme. Handcreme ist gut für deine Hands. Und ich bin Hans. Und Hans ist gut. Ich liebe die Creme. Ich esse die Creme. Ich liebe die Creme. Das ist alles. I hope no one runs that through Google Translate. It's nothing really bad, but it's just awkward. I'm totally doing it.
All right. It's ordered.
Okay.
All right, boys and girls. Only boys, really. All right, let's talk about our next topic, Eric. Now that we've completed Mad Libs. I was thinking about this the other day, and I really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can do that later. I was thinking about this the other day, and we need to freaking talk about it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in high school, like my freshman year, I made a prank channel, okay? We wanted to make a prank channel that was very similar to a guy that I watched called Ross Creations. You know, something like telling people someone wrote gullible on the ceiling, but there really is gullible on the ceiling.
There is? Oh.
No, I mean, like, they would go into, like, a 30-foot parking garage and, like, get one of those big ladder things that moves, tape it to the ceiling, and then tell people there was gullible on the ceiling. They'd be like, haha, nice try, and the camera would pan up, and there'd actually be a piece of paper with gullible written on it. And there was one where he dressed up in a full duck costume and, like, tossed bread at regular people. Like, that's the stuff, like, confusing, but... Oh, and last week, he ordered drinks from the bar, but he had already set it up that the glasses were sugar glass. So after he was done with the drink, which it never had anything in it in the first place, but after he was done with the drink, he cheers to someone, drank it, sat there, and then ate it right in front of the other person. It had, like, labels and everything. Like, it had Bud Light labels on it. And then after he was done eating it, as if it wasn't bad enough... Like, that people were all staring at him, right? If it wasn't bad enough, there was one of those little, like, you know, the skating rink cups? Like, the Pepsi, like, cloudy.
Yeah.
There was one of those sitting on the side, and he's like, hey, are you using that? He's like, no. He's like, are you going to eat it? He's like, no. And he'd just grab it and just start eating because it was made of sugar glass, too. Yeah. But, like, people thought he was eating real glass. Like, that's the stuff I wanted to do. But I want to talk about the bad side, okay? There is a friend of ours who doesn't really do it, but kind of does it. And I know you may be watching, you may not be watching. We like your content most of the time. Some of the time we do not. I'm going to go out and say that.
We're talking about the S.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little edgy.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't care about the edgy. What
I
care
when it crosses the line, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay.
Well, these days, edgy means, like...
Well, I mean edgy as in, like, edge in the line. Edgy.
This is edgy these days. Yeah. Eric, you got it.
I was edgy.
Yeah. Actually, you do. But anyways. So, there's prank channels that I have seen that, like, people go to low income areas.
The hood.
Okay, sure. They go to the hood. And they'll walk up to someone. And you've never heard it before, but I have. I've heard it many a times. They'll walk up and be like, hey, bro, you want a quick fade?
Yeah, I've never heard this in my entire life.
They're like, yeah, bro, let's go right now. And then he pulls out a pair of clippers to give them a fade. But fade also means fight. And I have seen it many times. Many, many times. But
I like how I don't know.
It may be like a middle, or like a Western thing, or like California or something like that. Like it may be not around here, Okay.
Yeah, you watch a lot of channels.
I do
don't.
watch a lot of Reddit and a lot of YouTube channels. So,
I'm not up to date with your memes unless it involves like.
what makes you think that you should go to an area with high crime and do something controversial? Do something that you know might get you killed for a funny internet video. Eric, right now.
Yeah.
No. You're going to say no to this, okay?
Oh,
Eric?
okay. Yes.
Would you right now, if I said, Eric, completely for free,
No.
will you go down to the west side of Columbus and walk up to people
Oh, I already know. Already know.
and walk up directly to someone that looks a little bit shady, walk up to them and say, "Hey, bro, you want some of my nuts?" Or, even better, oh, and when I mean nuts, I mean like pull out a can of peanuts right after.
Yeah,
Or even better, "Hey, bro, you want to get dropped?" And then pull out a thing of eye drops behind your back. I have seen both of those. I have seen all three of those before
I
on
would
YouTube.
rather eat real glass than do that.
What is the... I understand people want the fame. People want the glory. Every single time you see one of those videos, they have less than 100,000 views.
This is what I have to say. I'm an idiot. Okay, I will do stupid things for the cloud, but never, I mean...
Never will you risk your own life.
I would not, well... I would never risk my own life in that way. I would never put myself at the will of other people.
I mean, there's definitely times where it's fun to risk your life.
Yeah, like
they
jumping
talk
on
about
stuff.
bungee.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to say bungee jumping and skydiving,
Yeah.
which is exactly what you brought up. But yes, I get there's stuff like that. That is adrenaline, risking your own life. Obviously, the chances are low that your life will end in a circumstance like that. But still, there's a chance. High adrenaline activities are normal. But why do you have to go somewhere in a high crime rate place? Because they know it's high crime. They know that for a fact. And they still do it. Jack says, "I wouldn't do that. That's horrible. That's horrible. You're famous for a prank." They're not even famous!
Jesus Christ.
That's the best part, is all these videos that you see that are cringy, over the line, might get you killed pranks all have under 100,000 views. Which is, you may be like, yeah, you and me, Jack, Eric even, people who are content creators like us.
I spend hours on content, and I get
exactly
100 views?
We may look at that, and we may say, that's a lot of views. But in prank channels. I mean, prank channels are the rage, and they always have been. Since, like, 2000.
Yeah.
They've always been, like...
ridiculous.
Think of, like, PewDiePie and, like... God. I can't even think... Maybe Jacksepticeye, but not even. Markiplier, but not even.
He doesn't
but, like...
really do prank.
No. I'm not talking about pranks right now.
Just high. Okay, gotcha.
Since 2000, I can't think of that many examples where a group has gotten insanely famous and kept steam. I'm not saying that pranks have always been super famous, but their prank channels often get more than like...
There are TV shows dedicated to pranks.
Exactly. I mean, pranks have always been popular. PewDiePie, he's been always popular, but he hasn't always been like, you know,
yeah,
up and down. Jacksepticeye, he's a good example. He was really popular and then kind of fell off. He didn't, but like he kind of did. He didn't gain that attention that he did. He wasn't gaining 1 million subscribers a day, which again, we're talking exponential growth here. Eventually, you're gonna start kind of plateauing.
It's like Mark versus even Mark. Like he spent, I think it was 6 years doing content creating, until he got his first like 100,000.
I mean, yeah, it's plateauing.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that. It's a hard time. But at the same time, these new content creators that are posting stupid little prank videos, and I'm not saying they're stupid because they're, you know, the definition of stupid. I'm saying they're stupid because they're low effort,
Easy to make.
easy to edit. All you have to do is do a bunch of jump cuts. Now, I'm not saying what they do is not worth their time because, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, obviously
It's
people
funny.
find it
I like watching it. People like watching it. Some people put a lot of effort into it. Ross Creations put a lot of effort into it. You know, like some of these prank channels put tons and tons of effort. But one of the channels I used to watch a lot was like, I showed you a couple videos of them one time. They weren't really a prank channel. They did like 6 prank videos, got famous off of it, and then started doing other stuff and then fell off. Our point again. But like blaring inappropriate songs in the library.
Those are always my favorite.
Those are innocent.
Yeah.
They're not, but like to the people, they're not hurting anyone specifically.
And not hurting themselves.
And the thing is that they can always be like, yeah, it's a distraction. It's a 2-minute distraction, man. Okay, maybe in your opinion you think that's wrong. Okay? I'm not going to judge you if you think a prank is over the line, and I do not. Okay? But a person will come up to them and be like, hey, your music's loud, can you turn it off? Or simply, can you leave? And they'll be like, most of the time, the people we watched would be like, oh yes, of course, I'm so sorry, I didn't even realize they were, obviously he did, but, like, I didn't even realize they were playing out loud. I'll leave right now. That's another thing, is respect your boundaries when you're doing a prank like that. If somebody tells you to leave, leave. If somebody tells you to back up, back up.
Don't keep pushing it.
That's how you get killed. That's a very simple way to get killed. But I had that on my mind. What is the reason that these people risk their entire lives for a stupid little video?
I really want to go to like McDonald's or something and order like a full-on meal and then just like hop the curb and leave so that the next person and like pay for the meal. So like or you know, even that, order it online or call in and be like, I'm going through the drive-thru with my meal. Go through it and then like pay for it and just like get the next person in line, you just pop the curb and they get the meal instead.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm getting too heated over some of these topics, so we're going to start switching to some lighthearted moments. We're going to bang through these. I don't have a lot of information, not a lot to talk about.
And I'm tired.
First off, the hockey team, the Seattle Kraken, new expansion team, like past 2 or 3 years new, was recently, a small percentage of it was bought by Michael Macklemore, the rapper who wrote Thrift Shop and Ceiling, what is that? Can't Hold Us, or whatever that is. It's something can't hold us, in parentheses. It's like, where the ceiling can't hold us, you know that song. Fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like this. Yeah. It's like hands up, ceiling can't hold us.
Hands
like
up, hands up.
No, wrong song. But it's fine. He wrote that, and it was also at the same time purchased a small amount. This isn't like they are owners now.
Partial shares.
They're minority owners. That's what they call that. Minority owners. Marshawn Lynch, the former Seattle running back, and famous for his Skittles addiction, and famous for being just a comical and great football player for the years that he was playing. When he was doing interviews for Super Bowl 49, he was eating Skittles, and every question he was asked, he said, I'm just here so I get paid. I'm just here so I get paid. Marshawn, do you think you're going to win the game? I'm just here so I get paid. Marshawn, why are you eating Skittles? I'm just here so It was great. It was a good moment. Good moment. But he bought it. They both bought it. Pretty proud of them both. Marshawn Lynch played for like 6 or 7 years. Not a long time. Good for a running back, but not a long time. And he had some good plays. He retired for a couple years and then came back like 3 or 4 years ago to play for the Raiders. But he great guy, comical guy, funny guy. You know, never got in trouble for abusing a woman like some of these running backs do.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little out of pocket.
A few of them.
But also directly after this purchase, he got on the Zamboni and started doing donuts with it. And I've seen a video of it, and it is quite funny. He's just on the Zamboni, literally doing donuts with it. And if you don't know, if you're not a hockey fan, the Zamboni is the thing they clean the ice with. It's like a big tractor, kind of. Or a small tractor, I guess I should say. Like, imagine if you mixed, like, the new Cybertruck and a tractor together. That's what a Zamboni looks like. It's, like, really flat vehicle, and, like, the person sits, like, 8 to 9 feet off the ground and just...
Back-wheel drive. I once took a cleaning Zamboni at a mall. Back-wheel drive. I hit
okay, that's
something.
a little different, but they're smaller, but they're the same concept.
I hit a vending machine with one, and I ran. That's the whole story. I never went back to that area of the mall. I don't go back to that area of the mall ever.
Keeping the... Oh. Jack says, sorry, back. Just ordered coffee. Thanks for ordering coffee.
Thank you for ordering yourself coffee. Now, on the next purchase, use the code WHAHYA, which we're not going to explain how to say, and you will get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, don't, because we're not sponsored by anyone. Okay, next thing I want to talk about, keeping on that sports context, the new startup league, the United States Football League, recently ran into a little bit of controversy. A little bit of, I don't know what else you would call it besides controversy, but people were a little heated about it. A player, they have a documentary series, believe it or not. It's one of the things that they're doing to make themselves special. And yeah. I think that's a cool idea. But recently in the documentary, the Pittsburgh Brawlers, I believe, was on. And it was shown that this player was called into the office, and they said, hey man, we told you in the contract, you are not to disrespect authorities, owners, staff, any sort of staff, whether that's cooking, kitchen, cleaning, maids, hotels, anything like that. You're not to disrespect them. He said, yeah. He said, the owner said, so unfortunately with your recent incident, you have been released. And he literally looked at that owner and he said, what did I do? I don't know what I did. And they called it disrespect. And later in the interview, he says, well, when you walked up to that cafeteria worker and you said, no, I'm not taking chicken salad, I want pizza, that was disrespectful to us. Then when I walked up to you and said, is this going to be a problem? You said yes and walked away. My opinion, I don't think that's disrespectful. I understand how that could be a thing. Apparently, he also had 2 other strikes on him, but the player even said himself on Twitter, he said, I don't know any of what happened. I don't understand. Of course, I'm taking these quotes a little bit out of context. I'm also taking these quotes, kind of paraphrasing them off the top of my head. But from what I understand, he was super respectful with that cafeteria worker. He was like, oh man, I really don't want chicken salad. Can I have pizza instead? And she was like, no, you guys are to be given chicken salad. He was like, I don't like chicken salad. I'm not going to eat chicken salad. Can I please have a piece of pizza? There was pizza already there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he wanted to go out and order Pizza Hut or he wanted to go do something. There was pizza. He saw pizza in the oven standing right behind her. She was like, no, you can't have pizza. No. You have to have chicken salad. And then the owner walked up. Is this going to be a problem? Yes. And then walked away. How is that disrespectful? I don't know, Jack. But, rules be... What are you looking up?
I'm researching this.
Rules will be rules. People will be people. I have not seen a split decision yet. I have heard everyone siding with the football player. But then again, when it's a football league and it's a player, you don't know which side. You don't know sides. Both sides are being so vague with it. The football player's like, I don't know what I did wrong. I want explanation. I don't know what I did wrong. I want explanation. And the owner's like, he messed up. He messed up. He messed up 3 times. Oh, he didn't just mess up this one time. He messed. There's no backstory. There's nothing. We don't know what he did. You know, I don't think I can defend either one of these people. But what I can say is that a football league is just like a normal job. You can be fired for anything. Just like in the real workforce, people can fire you for anything. Sometimes...
with limits.
Yes. And those limits are very, very, very small. What I mean by that is they can't fire you based off of disability, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Disability and race and gender. So you can't fire someone because they're black. You can't fire someone because they're white. You can't fire someone because they're in a wheelchair. You can't fire them because they're a girl or a dude. Although, I'm assuming you wouldn't hire someone at Hooters who's a dude. Hooters is known for being a woman.
You can discriminate based on gender and religion if it's a religious establishment, or if it is a strictly female establishment, but you cannot have strictly male. There's a lot of loopholes for these laws, but anyway, from what I understand is. There was audio of him talking to the lady.
Yeah, it was on a documentary.
Yeah, but one, it's not I see no disrespect in it. Two, the lady who was serving the food didn't even say anything back to him before the coach went to talk to him, apparently. So it's like I feel like there was something going on with the coach, specifically the coach and this player previously, just from what I'm seeing. But that's my opinion. That's what I'm thinking.
According to the owner, he said that he had messed up 2 times already, and this was the 3rd strike.
Yeah, I feel like he was really fishing for something here.
Yeah, but
I don't know all the details.
Like I said, here's the thing, is that when it comes to sports leagues, when it comes to almost every public company, you're not going to have someone who comes out, like the owner or the player, coming out and saying, let's say the owner, for point of view here, is the owner's not of a public company isn't going to come out and say, hey, today, Eric walked in, looked at the cafeteria woman, and said, I want pizza, not chicken salad. And then he walked up to me, and I took offense by him saying no. And he had already committed tax fraud, so I felt that he couldn't be a part of the team. Like, nobody's going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to come out and they're going to say, he made errors and we decided to let him go. End of story. That's how it is. It sucks.
Corruption.
Freedom of speech or lack of freedom of speech. Like, it works. In whatever you want to look at it. Freedom of speech also includes the lack of speech, and people don't realize that.
You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Well,
that's Miranda laws.
Yeah, but that's the same. You legally
we're
you can
publicly, yes.
Yeah, but companies have the same rights.
Yeah.
You don't have. You can legally. It's
you don't
part
have
of your
to make
legal rights to not say something
Yeah.
based on something else.
Staying on that sports topic, Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets flicks off a fan in the crowd, then continues to stick his hand behind his back and double bird the crowd. The NBA. Or I should mention right before I mentioned the NBA, but fans on Twitter after this commended him, saying that this was great, this was funny, this was cool, this was him sticking up.
It's entertainment, guys.
And the fans he was flicking off was the Boston Celtics fans. He played for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was begrudged by
Yeah.
whatever. And my opinion, NBA stars are kind of drama queens.
I don't know
compared to
anything
anyone
about
else.
NBA,
Yes.
so.
So the NBA then eventually fined him for $50,000, which
It's like
honestly
$10 to him.
No,
but-
honestly, I mean, you can make that point for every sport,
yeah.
but in NBA standards, that's not a lot. They went easy on him, but people are now, saying to the NBA, hey, like freedom of speech, blah, blah. I think they're right. It's nice to see an NBA fan or an NBA player, like, there's lines, there's limits. You can't scream into a crowd like, F you, dumb.
He's not doing anything
Yeah.
unsportsmanlike. He
Dumb
is
person.
simply making a statement without aggression.
Yeah, I mean, he had a smile on his face the whole time he
Yeah.
did it, The crowd was heckling him, all that stuff like that. Sports will be sports, entertainment will be entertainment, We're not saying that sports are like the WWE where it's all entertainment, it's all, this. No, it's a sport, And
I don't understand sports in that era, but yeah.
But like, it's a sport. People are getting paid a lot of money to play it, and people are interested in how it comes. But you know what? It needs to be a little fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about this because it's not
Yeah.
on our topic list, but Golden State Warriors just announced that they're opening up their own brand. So they're doing movies, music. They're signing people, and like it's called like the Golden State Record Studios or something like that. They're literally signing like artists, and it's just another branch of the team. And like they just released their first single with like a K-pop dude named Bam Bam.
Oh,
like,
Bam Bam, yeah.
Yeah, they just released one. Like they signed him.
Yeah.
It's now a part of Golden State Records.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
We should
like,
get in Golden State Records.
Jack says that's just funny. Sports isn't like political either. Oh, Jack, you don't even know about the NBA. Let me.
I
tell you.
don't understand
No.
sports. Is it entertainment? Is it a job? Or is it something I can't comprehend?
It's something you can't comprehend.
It makes no sense. It's you make it for people to watch it.
It's a job for entertainment.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I know. But it's real this time.
Yeah.
Because WWE is also a job for entertainment.
But it's strictly acting
But
and
it's
entertainment.
K-Fab.
Yeah.
Anyways. This is a quick little headline. We're going to talk about it for a few minutes. Move on. The Canucks organization is looking for a fan who threw a hot dog at the other team's player,
Are
Phil
they
Kessel.
baseball?
NHL.
NHL.
Hockey. So the dude was sliding on the ice and someone threw a hot dog at him.
I love that. He had to have like angled it like above the glass.
I mean, who knew where he was sitting? Was he sitting in nosebleeds? Was he sitting next to the glass?
He was just like looking around. He's like,
yeah, I mean, he threw a hot dog and it hit Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel got mad. Now they're looking for him. End of story.
have you seen this man?
I don't know if they found him yet. I saw this story on Monday, so not too sure, but interesting topic to watch. We're gonna get into a couple rapid fire, quick little topics here after these last two. Denzel Ward, cornerback for the Browns in the NFL, is now the highest paid cornerback to play the game of NFL.
Do you know how much he makes?
$100 million over 5
Jesus.
years or something like that. It's over 5 years, so it's like $25 million a year or something.
25 mil a year.
Well, it's structured to where he's gonna get like 10 mil the first year and then like 18 the next year. Yeah, I mean we're not.
I
saying,
make 20 something thousand.
It's structured.
Yeah,
It's structured. But great for him. Ohio State Buckeye turned Cleveland Brown. Now becomes the highest paid quarterback. He grew up in I think it's Marietta, Ohio.
Oh.
So
That is legitimately like 100 times.
oh yeah, it's 100 times what we're making.
Like,
That's-
literally.
it's way more. But you know,
Where's 1,000?
we're also not a cornerback that plays for
Yeah.
NFL team. Sticking with the Browns, don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna
It's a lot more.
It's like 10,000.
Sticking with the Browns for a moment, the Cleveland Browns are also being investigated for tanking in the 2016-2017 year. 2016 was the year they went 0-16, and the next year after they were 1-16 or 1-17.
Imagine playing
1-15.
Imagine playing so bad you get an investigation on you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a prime thing because
Yeah.
they drafted good quarterbacks with that. It's called tanking because you purposely play bad in order to get a higher draft pick.
Yeah.
I don't think they did. I think their coach was dog shit, and I think they didn't have good players.
Yeah.
I think
They're pretty
that's it.
decent now.
Usually tanking investigations don't last a whole long time. Worst thing that can happen is they take away a draft pick and a huge fine. Like, again, money out of the pocket. Whatever. They're still billionaires.
So it's like that. It's like never mind. Because that was for money.
All right. So now that we've gone through a few of those topics, we're going to lights have been off this whole time, but we are going to get into a little bit of steamy time.
Steamy time.
Steamy time. I don't think we have really anything to share at the moment.
Oh, let me tell you a story. This story right here is my junior year of high school. Fun little story, actually.
Hold on. Before we get into steamy time, we do have a sports question from our boy Brett Zepfel. Okay. Where should Debo be traded? This broke in the news today that 49ers wide receiver Debo Samuel, great wide receiver, he's entering the final year of his rookie contract, and he just requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. Top areas for him to land at the moment are the Chiefs, the Packers, the Jets, and the Panthers. Those are the top landing spots that they think he should go. But pretty much every team's going to want him because he is a top 15, top 10 wide receiver right now.
I see him. I could see him on the Chiefs. I could see him on the Chiefs.
They just let go of, or they just traded away Tyreek Hill.
It's a good, solid team, and
I don't know. I think they're going to the draft. I think the Chiefs are going for the draft.
Well, everyone wants new players now. All the other players is
Debo Samuel is like in his third year, if that. Brett, do you know the specifics on that? Let me know. But I mean, he's entering the final year of his rookie contract. So, I think Brett's still here. He's not. But he is. No, the Chiefs are trash. Steelers on top. Steelers aren't even a destination right now, bro. Live it up. He's not going to the Steelers.
If anyone's going to the Steelers, it would be a downgrade even from the 49ers.
What?
The Steelers. If anyone goes to the Steelers, it would be a downgrade from anywhere except for the Panthers.
Oh, the Panthers are decent. They have Christian McCaffrey. GOAT wide receiver.
They have a good wide
running
receiver.
back.
They have a good wide receiver.
Running back.
Or running back. They have a good running back. So
I think they have good wide receivers. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I just Curtis Samuel.
Name one time the Panthers have ever made it anywhere.
2004. 2008. I'm going to guess 2008 they went to the Super Bowl and played against Tom Brady. And almost won. They lost by 3 points. Let me look that up really quick.
More than 10 years ago, they almost won the Super Bowl.
And they also played in the 2014 Super Bowl 50. I think it was 2014. Super Bowl 50 they played in against the Broncos. And, I mean, absolutely got decimated. Destroyed. Destroyed.
We're talking, yeah.
We got a paragraph in here. Drafted in 2019, is in the final year of his rookie contract, as mentioned by K-Dog. He's demanding to be the third most paid wide receiver in the NFL right now. 2015 Super Bowl. No, we're not talking about the Super Bowl 50. We're talking about Carolina Super Bowl versus the Patriots. Super Bowl 38. Super Bowl 38, 2004. I was right the first time I said it. 2004, the Patriots defeated the Panthers 32-29. I was correct on the 3 points, and I was first the time I said it, correct on the year. So, congrats to me for that.
In a nutshell, what I'm saying is the Steelers are trash.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
That's what they remind me of.
They remind me of Kalen's farts.
That tiny little squeak I let out.
What's that?
I was telling him, what is that? Oh, Brett. He got auto-modded. Damn.
And kids,
I'm not going to allow or deny it.
We will not repeat what got auto-modded, but it was something
that I don't want in my chat.
It was something we don't want in our chat.
Sorry, Brett. I know you meant well, but Twitch TOS is kind of...
After we had that long conversation about that specific topic.
All right. So, Steamy
Love
time.
you, Brett.
Steamy
Love you
time,
so much.
Let's go ahead.
Okay, anyway, my junior year of high school. I think this was this was the time in my life when I had gone to what I like to call a mental prison. I had gone there for about 9 months. It was for special kids like me. I met this girl, and there was this kid at the place, and he was really antisocial, but we used to like hype him up and stuff like that. He'd go off the walls, man. This kid got in a fight once, And like we're talking like 98 pounds, as tall as you. So like real thin boy, Asian kid, and he used to go ham. And all the other kids, all the other guys there used to like go off on him all the time. So like and then I met his sister.
Yeah.
Best decision I ever made was hanging around that kid because his sister, I think I still have her Snapchat. I have not talked to her, didn't talk to her since then, but it was one of those girls that like make you stop and think before you talk, which is not something I do. And I met her and she was just like, she was genuinely sweet. She was super nice. And at the end, she was about to leave the place. And she handed me this paper and it had her snap on it. And I was like, oh man, like, and then I did nothing with it. I think I lost the paper, but I did put it in my phone. I think I lost the paper and I never thought about her again until now. That's the end of the story.
Speaking of Snapchat stories, there's this one time I went to summer camp, and it's a good time. You know, I went to summer camp over. Brett was there. He'll tell you. He can probably tell you this story as good as I can, because we were good friends back then. But this is the story of. Why does K-Dog not look homeless anymore? I cut my hair.
I also cut my hair. Red hat, hot, fly guy. This is a story of red hat, hot, fly guy. That's a very long title. I'm interested.
Yeah. Brett, shout out to you. Tell me if you remember red hat, hot,
fly guy.
Fly guy. Let me know. So, it started on the first day of retreat. We were talking about something, and they were like, tell me a metaphor of something, like, close your eyes and think about something in the room, and tell me what you think about. So I raised my hand, and I walked. He remembers it, and he says it was super awkward. So, I walked to the front of the room. I literally walked to the front of the room, and they were like, what makes you feel like yourself in this room? I grabbed the microphone. I held it up to my lips. I said, you know that fly that's been flying around the room? And people just started nodding their heads. And I'm like, that's me. And I just handed the microphone back, and they were like, why does that remind you of you? And I'm like, because I'm annoying. But I actually kind of do good sometimes. They're like, yeah, Kaylin! And my whole small group was like, ah! Like, they knew. So then afterwards, I'd always wear a red hat during that retreat. It was a Gatsby's hat. You know Gatsby's?
Gatsby's?
It's down about an hour south of here, I think. And they have a volleyball place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I can't remember where it is. But basically, Rick's brother, it's like third cousin removed of my foster family, owns that place. So, anyways, I wore a red Gatsby's hat. Anyways, I'm playing catch on fly one day. Not sure whether the fly was because I said that, or because we always played catch on fly, but I'm assuming because girls don't know what catch on fly is, it was because of the fly metaphor. Yeah. But, play catch on fly, and this girl walks up to me, and boop, paper in the hand. I with my guys, so stuck it in the pocket. Later we go sit down after playing catch on fly for a while. Pull it out, and it's a Instagram. I'm like, huh, it's weird. Okay. So I forget about it for a week. Then finally add her Instagram, and we talk for not too long. And it's like, what? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that the letter said to red hat hot fly guy. To red hat hot fly guy. That's what it was. So, bloop, bloop. By the way, her name was like Lara.
I feel like
It was like Laura, but it didn't have a U. It was Lara.
I feel like they could either be really hot or really not.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of mid. But let me get into this, okay? So we start talking on Insta. She's like, "What's your number?" I'm like, "Cool. I use my phone more than I use Instagram, so yeah, here you go. Here's my number." We text for a little bit. We're not more than 30 minutes into typing, right? Like texting. No.
Oh, okay.
Even better.
Oh.
So, no, you don't even know.
Oh.
So, no more than like 45 minutes of talking to each other, she sends me a picture of her in a neck brace. In a hospital with like a tube down her throat.
Hot.
And she says, "This was me when I almost died."
Dude,
And I'm not kidding you. This was 45 minutes into talking to each other. And I said, "Cool." Like, nothing. You got nothing from me. I was like, "That's really cool."
Woman sends me that, I'm gonna be going after that.
Yeah, right? That's
ages.
desperate. And then somehow down the line, she ended up telling me that it was like a prank from her friend. Like, I was so, like, weirded out by her, honestly. I almost stopped talking to her. She was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, my friend made me do that. That was just a dare. I think you're cute."
She shoved a tube down her throat for a dare.
She said, "You're cute. I mean, I just want to, like, talk more if we're ever gonna, like," and she just said that's out of the blue. And I'm like, "Nah. I'm blocking you.
Not into it, man.
I'm not into it at all." Like, 45 minutes into talking, you sent me a picture of when you almost died and you were in, like, a neck brace. "Yeah, what'd you do?" Like, "Yeah, I remember being carted down the hospital, like, blood pouring out in a stretcher." Like, what? Why? Why? What's the purpose?
That's so, like, pick me.
Eric likes men.
Oh, who said that?
Brett,
you, sir, would be correct in that statement.
and that was Steamy Time with us on WHAHYA TV, where we talk about whatever we want. Steamy Time.
Steamy time. I love you, Jack. I love you, Brett. I want to make you mine. I want to make you all mine. Okay, that's all I have for you.
Alright, we're going to get into the last few topics we have here, actually.
And then we're going to leave.
Because it's been a really long
It's been a really long stream.
Woo! Another quick little topic. On the new...
1 hour and 58 minutes.
That's not terrible. On the new series, the new Kardashian series, there's a scene. I'm uncomfortable. Okay. There's a new...
You should be.
There's a new series, a new Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something like that. Anyways, there's one of the new episodes is Kim Kardashian's kid, like 8-year-old kid, who walks up to her with an iPad and says, "Look, mommy, it's you." And it's like a Roblox ad for her private tapes, we'll say. And so now she's trying to sue Roblox for her kid seeing this. Which I think is funny. You know why I think it's funny?
Why?
Because that comes from people. If you think of YouTube, you can't sue YouTube for something that someone makes.
Yeah.
The only person Kim can sue is the one individual kid who made that ad, which may be impossible to find because Roblox doesn't, like, take name data. I mean, they might, but, you know. We're not going to talk about security and privacy right now. But we're going to say she's not going to get anywhere with that. And I just think it's funny that her kid got to see that.
Got to see something that the kid only saw when it was before 1.
Yeah, I guess.
See what I did. Please, Twitch, don't kill me. Don't
Today, in a recent Twitter update, Snickers posted that they refused to remove their veins from their candy in a steamy thread that I recommend you look through on Twitter. The Snickers verified profile said, contrary to popular belief and what is circulating around Twitter, we are not removing the veins from our candy. Twix then responded with, "Thank God," and something like that. And Snickers said back, the verified brand account said, "When are you going to show us your veins?" And it all went downhill from there with people like Pizza Hut, Twix, M&M's, tons of verified authors grinder, and a word I'm probably not allowed to say on Twitch, but I'm just going to say it kind of sounds like flashlight. They're all verified Twitter
It
accounts.
rhymes with blashlight.
All right. We're going to try to hit these topics as fast as possible, but one of them I don't know if we're going to be able to hit fast. Okay.
First topic. I'm very good.
First topic. The last 3 topics we have are all serious topics. We are going to end on a little bit of a serious note. First one is Infowars host Alex Jones, the guy who said that the water is turning the frogs gay. His companies have filed for bankruptcy. He is known to say some very stupid things, and I'm not going to say that. He is known to be said some very controversial things in the media, and is being sued for defamation for something he said over Sandy Hook victims. The parents of victims are suing him for defamation. So pretty much all of his companies filed for bankruptcy. Now, I don't know how bankruptcy works. I just know it's not good at all, and it means that your companies are going down the toilet.
It means that all of your debts get forgiven, but you have no more credit.
Yeah. So that's a thing that happened. I thought that was
and all your assets get liquidated.
Florida governor rejects 54 math books, saying that they cite, and saying the reason for rejecting these 54 math textbooks was critical race theory. From what I understand, I'm not a genius. I have yet to understand. But according to what I have read, correct me if I'm wrong, critical race theory is basically trying to try to sway your point of view from being racist. And I'm not saying that I know what I'm talking about because, Eric, I have no clue what critical race theory is. No, don't even try. Don't even try because Eric, I don't understand what it is, and I've read many articles on it. I have no clue what it means. All I know, it's something with trying to end racism.
Oh, and way too many big words.
Yep. And it's normally a leftist principle. That's all I know. That's all I know. But here's my question. How can something like that be incorporated into a math textbook, bro? Like, here, you know what? Let's ignore CRT for a second, right? Let's think about, something that's kind of similar, but not. What's kind of similar? Think of something. Because let's say, like, transgender rights. Is that close enough?
Yeah, I guess.
Like something that
Feminism, something like that.
Yeah. How does that get put into a math textbook? Even feminism.
There were too many men in this.
Like, what? If it was history, understandable, maybe. If it was psychology, definitely understandable. If it was English, heck yeah, I understand. If you don't like it, be my guest. I don't care. But math?
Yeah.
And not only one math textbook, but 54! 54 of them were rejected for one singular thing. How?
Where was this at again?
Florida. This is also the same place. This is also the same place where they passed a law. Okay, I'm not going to give my opinions on it. This is also the same place where they are receiving controversy for passing the Don't Say Gay law, where they passed a law where teachers cannot teach about anything pertaining to gender or sexuality until they're in, like, middle school.
That's the idea behind critical race theory. Is the idea that spreading awareness to racism and it makes racism.
Okay. But
yeah,
what I'm trying to say is basically same place now. So here, let me back up. They passed the Don't Say Gay law, which basically prevents teachers from teaching anything about it until they're in, like, middle school or high school. I don't even know if that's allowed.
I think it's allowed.
I think it is.
Not until high school.
I think it's middle school and high school because I think it's like grades kindergarten through like 5th grade. Not important, but this is also the same place where today they announced that they are attempting to take away Disney's right to special taxation for their theme parks. You know how they have special taxation where they basically get like a tax break because they're a park that's like government funded and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to take that away in Florida because the Florida governor's mad because Disney's been like protesting against it heavily. Heavily. There's been billboards all over about it, all that stuff. Again, this is one of those topics where I'd like to stay out of it. My personal opinion. All I'm saying is that I don't understand how math textbook can have something like that. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at the math textbook myself. Okay. And our last topic of the night. I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm not even going to explain it. Grand Theft Auto 5. The game known for being satire. The game that is known for having a character be a complete copy of Mark Zuckerberg and talking about how their privacy is being mined. A game that there is... give me examples of satire.
Okay.
Of the government fighting against each other. The FIB or the FBI and the CIA.
Government corruption. The idea of rich white men retiring is a huge thing. I mean, that's Michael's entire character. The stereotypization of hillbillies.
Yep.
Of almost every race.
Yep. I mean, the whole GTA series has like
entertainment,
been satire
Hollywood.
Oh yeah, has been satire of racism.
Racism.
Like, it's all satire.
Cops.
Okay, so
How
many of these things have you seen in GTA 5 that have been kind of like, brushed aside or none of them?
None of them. Yeah.
Nothing has changed in that game.
Everything's put directly in front of your face.
8 years, and it's on purpose. It is satire. It is to try to teach you that people are assholes. It is to try to teach you that this is not the way it should be. Of course, it's blown out of proportion.
It's your choice. If you are choosing to play a game or watch a movie with something that you don't like in it, that is your choice. It is not the fault of the people who made the thing.
Not only that, but another thing is that games like Grand Theft Auto are not necessarily known to be the cause of anything. I'm not just saying killings. I'm not just saying shootings. I'm saying the cause of anything. Of course, some people, an apple will fall out of the tree that says, hey, I learned this from GTA.
Don't let your kids play GTA.
Yeah. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is in the new PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, hello. What would you like to say? What a world we live in. Yes.
Amen.
Sure. I'm going to read directly from my notes here. In the new PS5 and Xbox Series X, they have removed, and I quote, transphobic content. Here's a quote that I got directly from the Rockstar website. The article mentions these removals. The removal of an action figure. Reduced spawn rate of drag queen NPCs outside cockatoos to 0. Edit. And remove the voice lines regarding their sex and gender. And this person also Googled the group that... they found the group that complained about this. Edit. I have Googled the group that wrote the letter to Rockstar about the transphobic material, and they have less than 2,000 followers on Twitter and barely get above 40 likes or replies per post. So yeah, the group wasn't anything major. For the love of God, please don't harass them. To anyone thinking about going to their Twitter to tweet mean things about them, F you. But I also want to mention the cutscene where you switch to Trevor and he's in a dress was not removed.
I'm a gay man. I am a bisexual man, okay? And as a person, one who has dated men, who went to prom with a man, it upsets me that people can take something so mundane as GTA voice lines and make it a problem. Because it's not really a problem until you make it a problem. It's a video game that you are choosing to play with something you don't like it. I mean, it's like if I go to a restaurant and I don't like Greek food and I go to a Greek restaurant, who's the problem at that point? You know what I'm saying?
I have a point to interject with that because it even adds to your point.
Yeah.
Because you want to know something? You're wrong. Because guess what? If you play Grand Theft Auto, if you play the main story, do not deviate. You go into online, you play what you want to play. You know how many times I've run into the drag queens?
I never.
You have to be free roaming to run into them.
You have to go directly to them.
Also, another thing I want to point out. How many times have big content creators, big followings, the community in general, pointed out modders on online, pointed out content that they should add, pointed out this. I mean, there's been millions and millions of people who have talked about modders in PC Online. And Dark Viper AU has over I can't remember his subscriber count, but it's over 2 million subscribers, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's correct or not. But he's a big follower on GTA. He has constantly complained that he does not want to play online because he plays on PC and the modding community is too big. The first time he ever got on online, he got modded to level 500 and also received over $4 million in cash.
That happened to me once. I think it was only 100.
And then these people will money drop you, put the money on your head, so Rockstar investigates you and bans your account, and you can't get online on your PC anymore. How many people have talked about that? How many people have said that and Rockstar says, and then someone with 4,000 people on their side says, I don't like the drag queens. I feel like they're a little transphobic.
Which, may I mention, drag queens aren't transphobic.
They're actually like...
Drag queens are, as a person who likes this kind of... I watch RuPaul. I used to watch RuPaul all the time. Drag queens is something that people are passionate about doing. Get over it. But it's not that it's a big deal. Because it's not a big... They took some voice lines out and they removed a character model. It's the idea of what is happening. And
not only that, but that's the thing that makes it so significant to me. They removed a couple voice lines, a couple actors, and then they removed an action figure in the background of one of the cutscenes. All that. But yet you can kill people. You can shoot them with a gun. You can curb stomp their dead body. You can run people over. You can hold up stores. You can hold up stores. You can shoot the person after you hold them up. The store owner will say, oh, and another thing, satires, all the store owners are Indians.
All the store owners are Indians.
But you can hold up a store, and after they say the voice line, I have a family, you can shoot them with a shotgun in the face.
And watch.
You can kill cops until you get a 5-star warning level and get an achievement for it. And yet we're worried about a couple of drag queens on the side of a strip club that's not even used in the game.
Oh yeah, it is. You can't even go in that strip club, can you?
You can only go in one strip club, and that's in the middle of the town. And I think that's up like top, near the top. Actually, after we get done here, I'm gonna go to that place on my Xbox because it's not patched on my Xbox, and we're gonna look at it after this episode.
We're gonna see if we can even find any.
Oh, we will, but it'll probably have to be later at night. But anyways, I don't know.
I'm tired.
It's hard to end on a fiery topic like that. I don't know who I should blame. I don't know whether I should blame the community.
Blame both of them.
I don't know if I should blame Rockstar. I don't know if I should blame that specific group. I don't know who I should blame. I just know that a company that is based off of satire and creating change is now submitting to the community in cancel culture. And that's all I have to say about that. Well, now that we're done with that, I just have one more thing to say. 2.5 weeks, boys, then we drink it. Okay, see you soon. All I have to say is this has been another episode of WHAHYA TV, where we talk about whatever we want. Stay tuned. Next Monday, we are going to be streaming another live episode. If you enjoyed the podcast today, follow the YouTube channel at WHAHYA TV. If you have, I'll probably post it in the Twitch bio. If you want to go ahead and follow that, goodbye me. You can watch every live episode and every VOD. Watch the live episodes here at twitch.tv/ShadyTTO. If you follow, you can get post notifications every time I go live.
And I'll tell you I love you at least once every stream.
Yes. And you can also watch me play lots of fun video games now that I have my Xbox with me.
And hear me in the background.
Every Monday, we also do a stream of a podcast of WHAHYA TV, where we talk about whatever we want to. Join us live at ShadyTTO and watch our VODs on YouTube. If you're sitting alone at home and you've got nothing better to do, throw on an episode of ours. Just listen to us talk about stupid crap for a while. Nobody watched our Saturday stream. Hey, that's a chance for you to catch up on the episode. Hope y'all have a great rest of your night. And this has been an episode of WHAHYA TV, where we talk about whatever we want. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.
I love you, Jack. I love you, Brad. Oh, mwah.